Hi everybody and welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United beat Southampton 3-2. Take a deep breath. That was absolutely fantastic. Reminiscent of the Robin van Persie hat-trick in the final season of Sir Alex Ferguson when we won the Premier League. Cavani, Bruno, absolutely. Look, that's why we love football. That's why we love Manchester United. I know there are some of you out there that are really mad and Ollie out, and you thought maybe we'd be talking Ollie out and Poch in and all that jazz. And maybe that day is still to come. But if you cannot enjoy that today, that transcends Ollie, Pochettino, anything like that. That's Manchester United 2-0 down at half time, winning the game. That's match of the day. Watchability tonight, 10 out of 10. Absolutely superb. Remember, you can do your player ratings through the link in the video description. We'll be doing that in a few minutes. But look, I've got to talk about, look, we run out of superlatives for Bruno Fernandes. And I don't think Bruno Fernandes actually had his best game for United today. But he still contributed with two impacts on two of the goals. But Edison Cavani will take the headlines. And what we have in Cavani is a very, very different striker. I think we massively missed Anthony Martial today. I thought Mason Greenwood was poor. I actually thought Marcus Rashford was dreadful. And I think if Marcus Rashford was called Anthony Martial, people would be kicking him out of the club for his performance today. But he did get the assist on the final goal. But Cavani, oh my God, the two goals Cavani scores, we haven't got anybody who can do that. I don't think there's many people. Look, I always felt that Cavani was a big risk, and I think he's still a big risk, because if his hamstring goes and he's out for 3 months, was he worth it? Well, ultimately, he might well be worth it already because of the two goals he scored today. He's basically won us a game of football that I think we would have lost if we didn't have Cavani on the bench, because Martial's out injured. You've got Greenwood and Rashford. They were not going to score those goals today. Cavani scored goals that not many he's a proper striker. There's not many strikers like that in world football, because the headers he scores are ridiculous. But they're easy. They're bread and butter pudding. They're so easy for him, but not many people can do that. It's the reactions. You don't lose it. It's Alan Shearer. It's Gary Lineker. It's something, it's literally the strikers' union on toast. It's not easy to do what he did, but he lives off that, and he's gone and got 2 goals for Manchester United. Absolutely fantastic. Cavani, the super sub, doing justice for the number 7 shirt, says Samuel T. I know, and I'd forgotten all about Cavani's celebration. It's one of the best. It's a brilliant Robin Hood. I'm from Nottingham as well. He obviously loves Nottingham. Cavani, man of the match without a doubt. He was brilliant signing, says Hodge, burn it down. And masterstroke from Woodward, bringing Cavani in. Banker my arse, says Jake Pennington. Cavani shines today. What a great comeback it was, says Maximud Richard. Yeah, smash a like on the video if Cavani was your man of the match. But what I want to say as well, best ever for me and Giggsy. One love United, says Quinstar. If we win our game in hand, which is Burnley, we're 2 points off the title. Now, look, we're not playing Burnley for ages, and ifs, buts and maybes, Burnley, whatever. But I choose to add the 3 points on for Burnley because we haven't played it yet. 2 points off Liverpool with that. Terrible start to the season. We're sat there, and look, you watch my goal reaction to Cavani. We're deep into stoppage time. We're 2-0 down at half time. We're going to talk about that in a minute, where everything went wrong, because you've got to digest the bad if you're going to learn from it. We did fantastically well today, but you shouldn't really be coming back from 2-0 down and winning a game with 45 minutes to go. We did fantastically well to do that. But if we'd drawn the game, I would have been sat on here going, look, I'm really disappointed, because we should have won that game and we didn't win it because of bad chances missed and bad defending. But we've still managed to win that game, so we need to learn the lessons, because we won't get away with that every week, but take the positives of a very, very important win. And if we'd drawn that game, you're hanging around mid-table again. You're hanging around with the Arsenals and the bloody, everybody else around there. We're now touching on Liverpool and Chelsea and Spurs, and that Chelsea-Spurs game becomes very interesting now. We deserve to win the game. Don't take it away. We deserve to win that game. And I think when you swallow the whole game, our heads didn't drop and we kept at it. I'm proud of this team, says Agro Entro. I think 3 or 4 players in that second half really epitomised why we got back into that game. Donny van der Beek, Fred, Bruno and Cavani. Fantastic players. All 4 of them. Matic was okay. Rashford didn't play well. And to be fair, Matic didn't play that well. The back 4, I thought Wan-Bissaka did well, Telles did well, but they weren't really part of why we got back into the game. Fred was a monster in the midfield. Bruno always wants the ball. Van der Beek is always very good on the ball. And Cavani is just star quality. So they got us back into the game. And I've no doubts we deserve to win it. We definitely did deserve to win it. I can't argue with that at all. So very, very pleased with that. And look, you've got to look at the wider game. And I think that One thing I'm going to say that's probably going to be a bit controversial, and is this significant win? Can Ollie build from here, says Luke Waters. I think it is. I can't come into this game, and we'll do the player ratings in a minute. I can't come into this game and say to you that that's not a significant result. I'm not an Ollie outer. I've been close. I have been close, and I think if the result had gone the wrong way today, I would have been probably 1 foot in the Ollie out camp. But the Ollie outers today are going to have to swallow the medicine, because where do you go with that? You have to stick with what you believe, and I respect that. But we had to win today, and now that we have won, I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, you know what, it's just, we're a little bit lucky. I felt it was a symbolic result. I said it before the game. It's about winning. I predicted a draw. I thought it would be a draw. I thought it had draw written all over it, and it very, very nearly did. But we found a way to win the game. And whether you think we played badly, whether you think we deserved it or not, we won that game. We've got 3 points. It's a big, big, big result. And you've got to take the positive of that. He ain't getting sacked at the moment. Why would he get sacked? We're up near the top. Big game on Wednesday against PSG and Leipzig a week after that. But, it's Christmas time. People are putting their decorations up. It's been a shit year. But suddenly, Manchester United, for however short-lived this is, we feel good tonight. We feel good. We feel positive. And we've not had that much of this. So enjoy it. Wherever you sit on the fence of Ollie in, Ollie out, whatever. Enjoy this if you love Manchester United. Because these are the results. It's like when we beat Brighton. I said, you might moan about how shit we played, but enjoy the win. Well, we didn't play shit tonight. We scored 3 goals. There were areas where we didn't do very well, but we did deserve to win the game. So enjoy it. Let's enjoy the moment. And I would say what I said in the international break. I'm not going to make any projections or predictions. We won today. We could lose on Wednesday. We could win. We've got to beat West Ham next week as well. We've just got to keep winning in the league. I know we've got to get a result in the Champions League to go through. We could draw one of those. But in the league, we've got to keep winning. And we've won the last 3. We've got to beat West Ham next week. And then we've got Man City. And then we've got Sheffield United. And then we've got Leeds. If we keep winning, we could do something. And it's amazing what we could do, because we've got fantastic players like Bruno Fernandes, like Cavani now, like Van der Beek, like Fred. Really, really good players playing really, really well. But we missed Anthony Martial today. And this is where I'm going to be controversial. We did miss him. Lee Brancroft says, absolutely buzzing for the winners. It's my birthday tomorrow. Really didn't know which way that game was going to go. Get in and enjoy your evening, says Lee. Hamad says, whether you Ollie in or out, you can't deny that he built a team that got guts. Finally, we have a team that doesn't give up and heads don't fall when conceding. We may not win anything with him, but next manager will reap Ollie's work, says Hamada. This is why I love this club. Half-time I was miserable. Full-time I'm buzzing, says Adams. Mark, still massive reservations about Ollie can do, but how can anyone not enjoy it? I think that's a very, very good comment. Brad Lewis. Ollie doing the subs at half-time was crucial. Gave Cavani that time to impact the game, says Emma Heaton. If you throw a meat at a tiger, no matter where it lands, it gets there. All those lobs from Marcus from left wing, I always cried. Why? Now I know why, says Sheikh. And great win, we deserved it with the amount of chances. Passion was there from every player, which is a first, says Matthew Hansen. That's what Paul Scholes mentioned when he said we need strikers, says Chichanchiana. And I hope Martial, Rashford and Greenwood are watching Cavani. It's very important they learn from him, says Malek. Well, look, I think we do miss Anthony Martial before I do the player ratings. And I want to touch on this because the substitution for Cavani and Greenwood at half-time was really brave by Ollie. I said at half-time I didn't think Greenwood was playing well, and me and Flex were like, Rashford and Greenwood aren't playing well. Who would you take off? I think Flex said Rashford. I said Greenwood. Because Rashford can produce something, whereas I don't think Greenwood was going to produce anything today. So it was the right substitution. But we do miss Martial, because Martial brings intelligence into the way that he runs, and Marcus Rashford doesn't. He doesn't make the right moves. He doesn't make diagonal runs. He runs straight. And I think Martial and Cavani today, we might have won that a little bit more comfortable. We do miss Martial, but the result is down to Cavani. There's no point talking about Martial because it's all about Cavani. Let's appreciate the tactical sub by Solskjaer at half-time to bring Cavani on, says Man United list. Maybe last season Solskjaer keeps Greenwood on and we lose. Exactly. I think it was the right sub at the right time. I'm Ollie out, but over the moon today. Poor goals, but he made the changes and got it spot on. Hopefully we kick on from that, says Sean Negative Turner. Geez, we made hard work of that. Relief Cavani at the double, says Pete Squat. I cannot wait to watch Match of the Day later. Martial is long overdue some bench time. Not his fault he got sick today, but my patience is long run out. He needs to either play on the wing or sit behind Cavani at number 9. But can I just say, Caramore, if your patience has ran out with Anthony Martial, there's a lot of fans like me who are sat here now wondering why Marcus Rashford's not trending on Twitter, yet Martial would be if he'd played the same. There has to be some balance in the way we criticise our players, because If Martial had played like Rashford and Greenwood today, he would be getting pelters from certain ex-players. Marcus Rashford played dreadful today. I know he put the cross in at the end, and I'm grateful that he did. But he played dreadful, and he doesn't get anywhere near the criticism. So you want to bench Martial, but you don't want to bench Rashford. We've got to be even-handed here with our criticism. It's very easy to say Pogba, Maguire, Rashford, Bruno. Oh, that was a bad pass. That was shit. I mean, I had people at half-time saying, oh, Bruno's been shit that half. I think even Flex said it as well. What are you talking about? He nearly scored a goal that deflected. He gives the ball away. That's what he's going to do in the second half. He gave the ball away. But he scored a goal and he made a goal. What more do you want from him? Bruno Fernandes this season has 26 goals and assists combined. More than since he came to the club, since Bruno's been in the Premier League, he's got more goals and assists than anybody else in the league. And yet some of our fans still say, he gave the ball away. Well, I tell you what, let's take Bruno out of the team and see what happens to Manchester United. He should have the armband, absolutely. But before we do the player ratings, Ollie Outers Know Nothing, what did Poch ever win, says Ho, and it's great to be happy about a game, Ollie and always, says Tracy Taylor. Rashford loves sharing food, but hates sharing the ball, says LD. I love this win. Rashford have a stinking game, but when it matters, he gets a world-class ball into Cavani, says Rasmus. And that comment about Martial is hilarious. Martial and Cavani up front in a diamond with the clever runs they both make would be lethal, says Ninja Smurf United. You never criticise Martial like you do Rashford. It's clear you have an agenda against him, says J. David. Mate, I like Marcus Rashford. You've obviously not watched this show for the last 3 years, because for 3 years before Bruno came in, whenever I was asked who my favourite players are at United, I always said Martial and Rashford. So you don't watch the show. You just don't watch the show. I love that. Let's talk about the first half, though, because realistically, we win that game 3-2. I'm sure our rivals will be saying, United are so bloody lucky. They're so bloody lucky, Robbie. Where will it end? We're not lucky. We should have won that game in the first half. First half an hour, we played really, really well. And the player ratings will reflect that in a minute. But we conceded 2 goals because we made a silly tackle on the edge of the box by Fred and zonal marking on corners. How many goals have we given up this season from zonal marking? For all the credit we give Ollie and the coaches for getting back into it, we've got to stop zonal marking. Go back over the last 18 months and count the goals we've given up on zonal marking. If you've done it once, it's too many. We nearly lost that game today. And if we'd lost that game today, it would have been on the coaching side of things and poor finishing. Greenwood should have scored. Rashford should have scored. Bruno should have scored another one. Poor finishing and poor defending. We've got to improve on that. I'm still not confident in Maguire and I'm still not confident in Lindelof. But I'm not going to dwell on it too much. I think when you win, you should always look at what went wrong. And we must look at what went wrong, but also let's enjoy the win. It's a massive 3 points. I feel that 3 points, if you don't get that 3 points, I know it's only what the difference between 1 and 3 is 2. I've got a maths GCSE. But if we'd drawn that game today, we're hovering around mid-table. If we win that game, we get ourselves into the top 4 fight again. It's symbolic at this point of the season, and consistency is the thing that I crave now. I don't want to win 2, draw 2, lose 1. Win 2 like the last 7 years. We've got to win, draw, win. You know, we've got to stay like that now. So that result today keeps that train running. There's a lot of xenophobia from fans and pundits. I love Rashford, but if he was pulling same numbers as Bruno, he'd be lauded as better than Ronaldo, says Sam. And so people want to say they have had enough of Martial, but I bet they're loving him when he was supplying every game towards the end of last season, says Harrison Zohan. There's a long way to go, but games like this can define a season. Monumental win for us, says Alec Miller. Cavani was man of the match. Ollie earned his crust with major sub-decisions. Is he afraid of Rashford because of the MBE? No fear, no favour is needed for the team, says David Shortall. Check Van der Beek's Instagram story. I think he's injured. Also love from Australia, Sydney. I really hope that Van der Beek isn't injured. I really hope he's not injured, because that would be a sour thing. But we are going to pick up injuries when you're having to rush and chase a game like that. There wasn't any room for manoeuvrability, was there, at the end of the day? So yeah, if Cavani's man of the match for you, then smash a like on the video. We're going to do the player ratings now, which you can still vote for through the link in the video description. You can just go second paragraph and vote there. I'm just going to refresh it for you. But before I do that, I am wearing some Boohoo Man clobber at the moment. Boohoo Man are sponsoring this video, and the reason that they are is because their Black Friday offer ends on Monday the 3rd. Sorry, ends tonight, but they've got 80% off their menswear Black Friday sale, 80% off, link in the video description. But in addition to that, exclusively for United Stand viewers, they're sponsoring our player rating show, and they're giving away an £800 voucher from Boohoo Man. One of you will win it. All you've got to do is click the link in the video description, submit your details, and the winner will be announced tomorrow evening show at 8 o'clock. You'll get an email tomorrow lunchtime if you are the winner. So if you want to win an £800 voucher, the link is in the video description with Boohoo Man. You can get, all you've got to do is submit your details, and the winner will be announced on tomorrow night's show at 8 o'clock. Fantastic offer from Boohoo Man. Thank you very much for that. And also, you can get 80% off with their Black Friday deal, which runs until tonight as well. So get on that, link in the video description. But as I said, £800 voucher, enter through that link in the video description. Right, okay, let's update these player ratings. I think we're going to be very, very interested in what these are. We've had nearly 12,000 votes, as you can see on the screen there. Okay, super chats as well. Before we do that, you should see the swelling on Van der Beek's ankle, says Ewan Black. He's out of Wednesday then, isn't he? The defensive diamond works, but it limits our best players going forward. Can't really pick out any defensive player having a bad game, corner aside, says Mr. Glenn Johnson. Martial and Cavani will improve our attack. Competition is key, says Franco Riva. Right. I mean, David De Gea, to me, I'm going to guess that everybody here gave him a 5. I'm going to give him a 6. Yeah, I mean, I would question that. I don't want to question it too long. Why have you given David De Gea lower than a 6? 6 is average. Was he at fault for the first goal? No. Would you save that free kick? No. Could anybody have saved that free kick? So I don't really understand why he's on anything lower than an average 6, but there you go. Wan-Bissaka, you know what? I thought Wan-Bissaka played really well second half. He got forward loads. He was part of the build-up for the first goal as well. So I would give him a 7. You've given him a 6. That's fine. Victor Lindelof, 6 for me. Yeah, I'd agree with that. 6. Harry Maguire, 5.4. I think Harry Maguire is being misused. I mean, part of it's not even his fault. He's being misused. He's a centre-back playing at... and he's the spare man. So I personally think that, we're not getting the best out of Harry Maguire at the moment. So, I don't think he was that good. Really. Tellez, 6 for me. Yeah, I knew he'd get a little bit better than a 6, but I think 6 for Tellez is about right. Matic, 5. Again, I put him in the same category as Harry Maguire, really. A very experienced player who didn't actually play that well. He made a very good tackle towards the end of the second half, but for my problem with Matic is I really want him to be the holding midfielder. I think he's way better than McTominay, but he's not playing well at the moment, and I didn't really notice Matic was playing the game, and that's the worst thing. When you've got a player that you don't even notice that they're playing, that's always going to be a concern. So, yeah, I was a bit worried about Matic today. Fred, to me, second half, oh my God, I'm stunned. I'm absolutely stunned here. You've left me stunned. I'd give him an 8. I think the reason we got back into the game in the second half, remember a game there's that old saying about football, it's a game of two halves. Well, Fred wasn't that good in the first half and he gave away a silly free kick. But if ever you could turn it around, remember Paul Pogba in the second half of the Etihad when we were 2-0 down at half time and we won it 3-2? I mean, Fred in that second half has done about as much as he can do to emulate that Paul Pogba performance in relation to impact on the team. He was literally dynamite in that midfield in the second half. He was so involved in everything. I think he was involved in nearly every goal, definitely the first 2. I thought Fred was magnificent second half, and that's why I've given him an 8. I thought he was absolutely brilliant second half, so I'm quite surprised that he's got a 6.6, but maybe some of these scores were coming in before the final whistle, to be fair. Van der Beek, I'd give him a steady 7, 7.1. Yeah, I applaud you there. He was better than average, so I'd give him a 7.7, a 7. Bruno, I'm actually going to be really honest and give him a 7. I'd mark him. I wouldn't have given him an 8 today. I'd give him a 7 because I thought I think Bruno's standards are so high now. He got a goal, he got an assist. He never stops. But I don't think he had his best game. So I would give him a 7. So yeah, well done for giving him a 7.6. Marcus Rashford, 5 for me. I don't think he was average 6. I think he was below average. Look, the assist was very, very good. Having said that, was it really good? It was a good cross that Cavani finished excellently. I don't think it was a sitting. You know, a good cross is when a striker doesn't have to do much. Do you think Cavani didn't have to do much on that cross for Rashford? It's a good cross. It's not a world-class cross because Cavani's got to get down and flick it. So it was a good cross by Rashford. But the thing about Rashford is, I'm not going to criticise Rashford. I don't have an agenda against Marcus Rashford. I like Marcus Rashford. He's been one of my favourite players at United for years. But the issue with Marcus Rashford is the same issue I've always said. He's got to get his head up. Cavani could have had a tap in right at the start of the second half, and he didn't get his head up. He 3 or 4 times today tried to take on 4 or 5 players. If Rashford gets his head up, like he did on the cross, and just plays a little bit more balanced in the way that he plays, then Rashford will be a far better player than he is at the moment. He just needs to get his head up, and that's the infuriating thing about him. Marcus, Mason Greenwood, 5, 4.5. I mean, should have scored. 2 chances on his left foot, probably just not sharp yet. So I would say that that was probably about right for him. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, by the way. Bottom right hand corner, we've got 50,000 watching. We've got the fan forum coming up straight after me. We've got fan cams with Ricky and everybody else like that. De Gea is surplus for the wages he takes. Sell him and use the wages on a top quality centre backs as B2. So now we're turning on De Gea. Right, okay. Our fan base, crazy at times, amazing. But it's your opinions. You keep them coming in. Dean Henderson, 6. 6.2. Didn't really... Had a couple of shots right at the start of the half, but nothing really major to do. Cavani, you've got to give him a 9. And 9's a very high score, but you've got to give him a 9. He got the assist for Bruno, remember? And he scored 2. Without Cavani, we don't win that game. I mean, without Bruno, I don't think we win the game, but Cavani was better than Bruno today. Involved in all 3 goals. 2 of the headers were just quintessential top-class striker goals. The assist was very good as well. Game changer. He almost emulated what Van Persie did all those years ago. So easily man of the match. Smash a like on the video if he's your man of the match. Absolutely brilliant. Brandon Williams came on and did an okay job. Obviously Tellez came off as well. Is that going to be another injury for Manchester United? We hope not. So I'd give him a 6. And I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you've got to give him something. You've got to give him something high because he didn't do terrible. I'm going to give a 7. I mean 6. You've got to give him higher than a 6. You've got to give him higher than a 6. But I think that I think in the case of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, 6 is not right. 6 is an average score. 6 is average, isn't it? So at the end of the day, the only thing I think Solskjaer got wrong in that game was zonal marking. Can you give him a 6 because of zonal marking? I think you've got to go higher than that. 7, I would say 7. We can't have zonal marking anymore. But the free kick is on Fred. That's on Fred. And Fred was brilliant in the second half. The substitutions were very good. I think the mark of a good manager is when you've made a mistake to turn it around. And I think he definitely flipped it around. So I would give him a 7, Ollie. I'm very happy with Ollie being our manager at the moment. You know, why the results keep happening like this. And remember, Ollie said it after the Everton game. We've got to keep winning. Well, he's won 3 games in a row. He's got to keep winning. The next loss is going to be Ollie out. You know that's going to happen. And they were ready for him at half time and they've responded. I think if it had been a draw, it would have been Ollie out. So, he had to come back. And there you go, look. There you go. There's your boohoo man of the match on the United stand. 93% of the vote. I don't think we have had a man of the match with that level of voting before. That is absolutely stunning. So let's see if we can get 10,000 likes on the video for Edison Cavani, because that is absolutely stunning. Swig of my tea. Oh, it's got Bailey's coffee in it. 3-2. Bang of the net. Thanks, love. Oh, that tastes sweet. That's for you, Edison. Coffee with some Baileys in it. That's superb. Ooh, yes. That's great. That is absolutely superb. And well done. Well done. Look, I wasn't a big fan of the Cavani signing. A lot of that was down to petulant moodiness. I wanted Sancho. I wanted a centre-back. and I threw my toys out the pram, and I was like, Cavani's a desperate signing. He's got a big injury record. I don't want Cavani at the club. Why is he wearing the number 7 shirt? I said it all. And I might still end up being right. But what I would say is, when I'm wrong, I'll tell you I'm wrong. And today, he's won us 3 points. And I cannot fault what that lad has done since he's come into our football club. He's put the right attitude in. He's got the right work ethic. He's got a winning mentality. He's another leader. And I'm over the moon with what he's done tonight. I think this afternoon. I think he's been fantastic for the club. Look, I think he was a desperation signing. If we really wanted him, why did he have to go into isolation and miss games? We bought him right at the end of the transfer window, but it's not his fault. Hi Mark, top shifters per. I'm curious, are you Cloughy or Fergie in terms of best manager? Says Sam Flora. Are you doing a Chelsea versus Spurs watch along? Says Alex Marmon. I am. I'm just going to be a little bit late, but I am doing it. It's on the telly there. Beyond That's Football. Flex and KG show will be on after me, Fahim. Don't worry about that. So you'll be able to see what they've got to say. Welcome to the Members Club, Bartek, and also to Jay Day. So, yeah, I mean, look, absolutely fantastic. I'm just so pleased. I'd love us to get 10,000 likes for Cavani. I thought he was absolutely magnificent. And, yeah, it is just a fantastic performance and a fantastic result for Manchester United. I'm just trying to get some of Ollie's comments, because I think they'd be nice to bring in to the show before we move over, but I don't think we're going to get that. So no, I can't find anything from Ollie. Cavani has almost equalled our most successful number 7 since Ronaldo, says Matthew Starkey. Well, it's not going to take a lot, is it? It's not going to take a lot to do that. Look, I'm going to end the show because I'm going to go and watch Chelsea versus Spurs, but the fan reaction show with Flex and KG is going to start in the next couple of minutes. Link is in the video description for that. Smash a like on the video. I'll speak to you all soon, but enjoy the game tonight and enjoy the game today, and make sure you enjoy match of the day as well, because that's going to be really key. Ricky's fan cam is going to be funny. Is he going to praise Bruno? We'll see. Thanks everyone for watching. What a great result for United. We go again on Wednesday night against PSG. But look, we've got... Oh, can I just say as well, make sure you watch the fan reaction show with Flex and KG, because we've got a United stand old-timer back, a new signing. We brought Kev back before. We've now got another one. You don't want to miss this. I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. And remember, we've got the Boohoo Man offer as well. You can win your £800. Link in the video description to enter.